Shut up.
So here we are again, gossiping in the garden in the Black Lamb Bar in Sunnyside, Queens, New York City. And summer is definitely here, and with it a load of Irish music festivals throughout the country. And particularly in upstate New York, there was one last week called the Irish Arts Festival. And with me tonight is Pio Ryan, and Pio was part of that festival last
Indeed,
week.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us,
No
Pio.
problem, no problem.
So he's going to tell us the lowdown on what happened, and but before that, we're going to ask Pio a little bit about himself to see how he knows so much about the scene. So Pio, how long have you been part of the New York music scene?
I suppose around 4 years now, full time. I kind of was coming out little trips before that, but I'd say around 4 years this October I came out, and as I was saying, my brother and sister out here before, were in the scene before me. Noreen's in a Celtic rock band called The Team, and Donnie's in just a trad scene. He also played at The Team and all that, so they introduced me to a load of musicians around the area, so I found my feet pretty easily, so it's great.
So what's the trad scene like? I mean, if I were a musician and I decided I wanted to come to New York and find where everybody was and where the crack was in the trad scene, how would I find it?
I suppose, well, there's a lot of listings, on the internet as well that you go and find out, but there'll be a few places that we well known, like Bale Buck up in the Bronx, and musicians that pass through there all the time. O'Neill's on a Saturday night on 3rd Avenue, great spot, and I suppose 11th Street Bar, famous session on a Sunday night, doesn't start till 11 o'clock either, and it's on 11th Street, so it's 11's the number there, so a load of musicians be going in there and you get to meet them all, you find out where other things are happening, So.
And would it be the same core people that would play, or is there always a lot of, strangers coming and going through the city?
I suppose there'll be a lot of musicians that come in to be touring the States, and they'd often stop off in New York, so, sometimes they'll be passing through to sessions like Mona's and like the 11th Street Bar, so it'll be kind of rotation, but there would be a core there of musicians as well, especially in O'Neill's, around 8, 9 different musicians that kind of play there the whole time, so.
And you're one of them, of course.
One of them, yes,
Yeah.
yes, lucky enough. Huh?
Good. And tell us now a bit about the Irish Arts Festival up in East Durham. You were there last week, so what actually happens up there?
Well, yeah, I just got back from town there yesterday from East Durham. It's just a teaching weekend for students up there, and there's also sessions going on there and concerts. So I was teaching up there this year in the banjo. So we start classes at 10 in the morning, go on till 11:30, and then you'd start again at 1:30 and you'd finish up at 3. Then they'd have intermediate sessions in the various bars around the area. They'd start at 4, and then there'd be more advanced sessions, open sessions, and there'd be listening room sessions, which musicians are on the roster, the tutors. They'd be asked to play maybe 4 or 5 of them, and people just come in and have a listen. But we still kind of informal, even though it's slightly concert set, but more informal than a concert,
So then who goes to this? Are they musicians that want to get more practice in, get some more learning in, or is it people that just love Irish music and don't play a note?
Well, it'd be all sorts. It'd be people that, mightn't have the opportunity wherever they live in various parts of the States. There might be a huge Irish community there that love Irish music. You might only have the choice of one session a week. So to come up here, get music in for the week to get taught, and then other people just like to come up and have a listen for the week and hang around East Durham, lovely spot, lovely scenery up there. So nothing better than hanging by a creek during the day,
Very good.
sunning yourself, and then off to listen to some tunes at night,
This is up in the Catskill Mountains, isn't
Up
it?
in the Catskill Mountains, yeah, East Durham up there.
And you mentioned to me earlier about one of the highlights of your week up there. You played with some great musicians. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I played Friday night, I suppose, would have been one of the highlights, playing with a guy, great accordion player from Canturk in Cork called Jackie Daly. I'd be a big fan of his. Mary Bergen, she brought out 2 CDs years ago that I suppose would be the consummate whistled CDs, Fed Up Stone 1 and 2. And Matt Cranage was there. He'd be a professor down in the University of Cork in the Irish Studies department there. So it was great to play with those guys. I used to buy CDs of them when I was younger, and kind of adore them in a way, their music. So it was really, really fantastic feeling in playing with the boys, so it was great, really good.
Didn't you say to me that your father used to say to you to listen to the likes of Jackie Daly?
Oh yeah. So he used to be a big fan of Mary Bergen himself. So he'd always be listening to Ciara McMahon in the morning on the radio. So he'd listen to maybe get Debbie in live, or he'd have listen to clips of CDs that people brought out, and he'd love their playing. He'd say go off and buy those. So all the money is spent on CDs. Which is not a bad thing, I suppose. Could be doing worse things. Yeah.
Well, if you get to play with these people, then a few years down the road.
It's fantastic. I would have known a lot of their tunes as well. So just from listening to CDs, it's great just to talk to them about Irish music and just hang out with them. It's fantastic. So great.
So then, tell us, when did you first pick up the banjo, or how did it all come about?
I suppose my brother Donal was playing before I was. He's a great banjo player. He lives in New York here as well. But he went off to college for a while and then off to Germany for a year after he finished college. So he kind of gave up the banjo, I suppose, for a period there of a year and a half. And I was playing fiddle at the time. I was actually getting taught by Maureen Glenn. She was great. She had a school of music out here, actually, one of the famous schools. So she moved to around Portumna area, I suppose around 15 years ago or so, and I used to go in with her to fiddle lessons. I was taking up the fiddle, and as I was saying, the banjo's left there in the picture. The father said it's the same tuning as the fiddle. You know, pick it up there, play the tunes, and then I started bringing it to bars after a few months. And I played one set of tunes, and we got more tunes, and it eventually took over. You know.
So would you prefer the banjo then to the fiddle? Is that a gradual thing?
I wouldn't. I kind of in two minds whether I do or not. Like I really have to get back and fiddle again. It's a beautiful instrument as well, obviously. But I suppose the banjo is kind of percussive in its nature. I kind of like the sound out of it, you know, too. So it's good volume output as well, you know. So you can drown out the other boys.
There you go, and that's very important. Very important. Speaking of the banjo, you brought the banjo this evening,
indeed, yeah.
And you're going to give us a tune.
No problem.
And it's been a while since you gave me a lesson, Pio. I think over a year.
Over a year.
And I've been practicing a little.
Okay.
But you make it look very easy, I have to say. So tell us what you're going to play. I'll move out of your way.
I'm going to play, I suppose, a tune, a jig called Gone Anam. I suppose that's what to give a lot of names to tunes that people have no names for, or that maybe sometimes people, if they don't know the proper name, they'll name it after a teacher that taught it to them, or from an area that they got it. So yeah, it's just a simple jig. So.
Sent to the comment section of the website for all of those who now have been introduced to Pio. So that's it for this week from Gossip in the Garden. We'll be seeing a lot more of Pio in our future webcasts, and stay tuned. Thank you.
Now we have Gossip in the Garden comments with Father Hoochie Coochie.
Good morning, good evening, good day. I'm Father Hoochie Coochie. I'm going to be reading the comments from Gossip in the Garden. And our first comment today is Peter O'Toole, and he wrote, "Why are you such a bollocks?" Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. O'Toole, I don't know what a bollocks means, but if you could send the definition in next week, and all you viewers do the same, we'll try and get to the bottom. Next comment. I love you, Father Hoochie Coochie. Diane. Thank you, Diane. Moving right along. Last but not least, Sean O'Hannigan. Is it O'Hannigan O'Flanagan? O'Danigan O'Manigan? We don't know yet. I think it's O'Hannigan. Hey, you Eugene.
Tune in next week for more comments with Father Hoochie Coochie.
Devil's music.
Said So leave the girls alone. Pull me hair out the store, come on, it's alright, like a home. She's happy, she's brave, she's a belle, but I'm city. She's learned one thing, say things that she made her shake.